are streaming on all platforms. And I think by all, I mean, it's LinkedIn and YouTube, right? These two platforms. And Zach, whenever you're ready, I guess you can take the lead on this and start with the agenda, like the docket we have prepared for today.
I mean, LinkedIn isn't connected yet.
Okay. Okay, so let's give it a couple of, I don't know, minutes, I guess.
Let's see
Yeah,
if I can
but
do
we have
that.
an interesting like list of things to discuss today, and I guess
Okay,
are
we're
we?
still live. We're still live
I guess we can
on
begin.
YouTube.
If we are live
Yes.
on YouTube,
So
we can begin.
yes, we can do it. So let's see. Let me share my screen. And here is today's agenda. And we've
Okay.
prepared a few things. Some of them are a little bit we have discussed them many times. I mean, we have discussed a lot of times about Reddit, but it seems that Reddit is doing a lot of things, and a lot of things that are related with search and content and all these things that interest us. So the first one is about Reddit launching Pro Trends, and this is something only available for Pro members, but it's still free. So free users can also sign up, probably because it's in a beta version or so. And if you create an account, you will see that you can use it even for research. I mean, Trends is like a platform that you can search, as they say, keywords in real time and see what topics are the most discussed, what channels, and so on, based on specific keywords. And this is something that it's really important because I mean, it's a new channel that most for our industry SaaS companies aren't using a lot, and it's an important channel when it comes to the users. And I've prepared an account in order to showcase how it works. I mean, here is an account. I just added a keyword that I'm interested in, marketing and advertising related topics. And as you can see here are the conversation about these topics. And the interesting fact is that it doesn't display only. When I created this keyword, I thought that I will take results basically from channels with subreddits like marketing and advertising, but it seems like it correlates many other topics that are almost related to this. And there are many results from other subreddits, a few communities that are discussing a lot about marketing. And as you can see here are the, by word, let's say, relation. As we can see, a subreddit called marketing, and so on. And I believe that this is a tool that it will be used a lot. And I know Antonis and George have a few things to share about Reddit and all these things. So, George, the stage is yours. You can
I,
share a few things if you
I
want.
think I think Antonis may have, because to be honest,
Sure.
I haven't played a lot with this. I you know I accessed it through my account, but I haven't really played with it. So Antonis, I don't know if you have anything to share.
I haven't used it to be honest.
That's
But
that's great.
I think the most important thing here, I always say this is how different platforms will play their part in the searcher journey and the user journey. Uh, I wanna tie this with Reddit Answers, which will be the AI search functionality inside the Reddit platform, which in my opinion would be very important because when you build your presence inside Reddit, you can also rank, let's say, in the future, Reddit answers results, not Reddit answers results, Reddit results that people will search on Reddit answers, and you can also feed, search engines and LLMs with your brand mentions. So I don't know, that's very important. It's kind of everything's becoming more interconnected.
Yeah, it
I
does.
agree.
I don't know. I think a few. I don't know when we shared it. I can't remember if it was a Growthways Live or Minuttia Live event, but a few weeks back, a few events back, I remember we talked about this tool, Gami Search, which basically helps you do
Yeah.
research on Reddit and track different subreddits and track different keywords, and so it's a very nifty audience tool. But I guess like Reddit wants to um, steer the ship toward the, like, monetization, and we are open for business kind of direction, and we are not here just for trolls and like nasty comments and whatnot. We are also here for businesses to advertise, and so I see this as part of the. I see this tool um, as a part of this effort, really. And I think we will see more of that because Reddit has the data. It has great data, like platforms like X and whatnot, with real conversations from real people. And so it makes sense that they will like find ways to like monetize this data and get more businesses on their platform.
Sure. So let's jump to the second topic because the selection was interesting. And I mean, for the second topic, I used Grok, another, let's say, chatbot, this time created by Elon Musk from X. And the interesting fact is that this platform has actually it gains, let's say, data from X account and users. And I asked it about the trends, this week's trends actually, from, let's say, the users and X users about the SEO and content marketing industry, and what are the hot topics that people are discussing through their accounts. And I wanted to discuss it a bit with you because I found the results quite good. I mean, these are the topics that people, I feel, actually, that they are discussing. And let's say that the first one is the personalization and interactive content. As we can see, it has to do about creating mini tools like quizzes, polls, and all this kind of stuff, and how, let's say, beneficial they can be when it comes to SEO. The second one has to do about the trust and originality in an AI era, how it's called. I mean, this is also something most people are discussing. The third one is about measuring content's impact, and this is something that I believe most head of contents or C-level executives are, let's say, want to find a solution. The fourth is about the creator economy and all these things about influencers and how they gain power even in B2B industries. And the fifth one is about SEO evolution in the zero-click era, let's say. And I found all these topics, I don't know, really relatable. And I believe that this is really the things that people are discussing. But I thought that it was great to showcase that these platforms have evolved into finding and sharing details about what the people and the users are actually talking about, right?
I've
And I
tried.
find it fascinated.
Yeah, it is. That's one of the reasons why Grok has sort of like a competitive advantage against other LLMs, because it has like access to all this data, right? Which is a treasure trove of like um, conversations and like opinions and whatnot. What I tried when I tried this, I asked it. Results were not as reliable, but I mean, I guess they will get better over time. But what I asked it was, give me, things that were discussed last week, posts that got very high engagement in terms of likes, comments, and whatnot, reshares, and I think I set a timeline, like, I'm specifically looking for posts from last week, and for like topics around, I don't know, content marketing or marketing and growth and whatnot. And unfortunately, again, results were not as good, but I see them like improving over time, and at some point, like having this feature almost like to be able to see in real time what discussions are on any given topic, which is really fascinating, and can be leveraged by marketers for jumping on like trending topics and things that people discuss right now. So uh, I guess what I would suggest or recommend to people who are thinking about like uh, trying that is to always ask for like give me the exact post where you took that from, where you took that topic from, and set specific criteria in terms of like the date, the time frame, and in terms of the engagement that you're looking for. And yeah, don't be surprised if it doesn't, like it won't do what you asked it to do. But again, I'm expecting it to become better over time, and I find it a great way to like get into discussions, and and also I think it will become even more, all this will become even more interesting with API access. I can see easily a tool being built on top of just that use case. Yeah.
Sure, and these tools are really useful. I mean, it helped me, let's say, find a few topics for today's agenda. It's really useful. And the next topic, based on the things that were proposed by Grok, is about mini tools. And we'll have discussed about mini tools and other things and how beneficial they can be when it comes for SEO purposes. And a great example could be Canva or Shopify Toolkit. I mean, they are driving a lot of traffic through these tools, and they are also converting a lot of this traffic because, I mean, if you try to find a domain name generator, the intent is high that you are likely to create something and find a great name, and from there, Shopify leads you to their sign-up page. So it's really easy for them to convert people also from these tools. One other example is from Zillow, a mortgage calculator. And what I want to showcase before Adonis share a few things about mini tools and how they work and how important they are. I mean, always a discussion about creating mini tools was that developers were so busy that they didn't have the time to start implementing a few things here and there for SEO purposes, let's say. But I mean, now with AI, for example, I will use this tool called Ohara AI. It's really easy. I mean, we can even do it now. I mean, I want to create a mortgage calculator. I just press it, and it does all the work. But Adoni, you can share a few things about tools and so on until it finishes. I mean, you also wrote a similar post, if I was correct, about Hootsuite. Adoni?
Maybe his internet is lagging. I guess, yeah.
George?
Anyway, I
Any
guess
thoughts on mini tools and all these calculator generators and all these kind of keywords?
yeah, the main thing to keep in mind here is that all of these, like all of us have access to these tools, and or most of us at least have access to these tools, and like technical roadblocks and not getting enough development time is not an excuse anymore, and marketers can simply like use these tools to go and build tools for their websites, and yeah, I just think that there is no excuse, and like we should move faster and like leverage these tools to attain this like efficiency and productivity gains. I don't know if Antonis has any specific points to make in terms of Like,
Was I disconnected?
yeah, you were cut out, but that's okay. That's fine. You're
But
back
no
now.
worries, we're discussing
Okay.
about
Just wanted
tools.
to say.
Yes.
Mm, just want to say that another idea I have regarding tools and why tools are important, apart from the classic SEO reasons, like they can get backlinks, they can convert, etc. All these things. I think moving forward, like in the future, that we'll have AI agents all over the web, like moving to the agentic web. Those agents will basically use tools, and I don't know, maybe if we can grant access to those agents to some of our tools on the website, maybe they will pick the tools on the website. I don't know, just an idea. Um, so yeah, another reason to kind of invest in tools.
Mm-hmm. And it seems
I
that it's taking more
Yeah,
time.
I think tools are a great way to like drive traffic, convert traffic. So many good things can come out of these tools. And again, I think now we, like most of us, have the tools, the means to create these tools, right? Are these apps created with O'Hara?
Yes, they're created here in O'Hara. I
Okay.
mean, I
How do they
tried
rank them?
before the call,
No.
but it's not working now. I don't know why, but I created one really successful and without doing anything. I mean, I wrote just this without many explanations, without anything. And it provided a simple tool. Most of them are working on React framework, so you will have to implement it somewhere on your website if it's compatible. Not in WordPress websites. Most of the times you will need a PHP file for them, but in any case, this is something that you can do and prepare a tool really easy. I mean, in a few steps, as you can see now, it's working properly. It will take a few minutes. It's preparing its files, and it's really easy. You will see also how it looks, and from there you can just configure it or publish it or just copy and paste the files and put it in on your website or really anywhere. I
That's
mean,
very
you can
interesting.
do many things. You can do many things and really fast.
That's
Really
very
fast.
interesting. In fact, I
I
think
mean,
next time we can, or
here you are.
we
It's
can organize a
yes.
workshop and basically do that, like show
Here we
people
are.
how to
As you can
build
see,
a calculator or
this
a
is it.
tool and just integrate it, like
Mm-hmm.
put it in on our website, just to show that what, like,
I mean, yes. I mean, yes. It's really cool. I mean, here we are. It's a really easy tool. We built it with just 2 words. Didn't explain about colors, about what we want, anything, really anything. And this
yeah,
is it. And from
yeah,
there, you can just copy and paste the files and put it to your website, and that's it.
yeah. This
I
monthly
mean,
payments look scary, by
I
the way,
have
but
some.
Yes, really, really.
whatever.
Things are
Uh,
going to change rapidly.
I have
So
some security. I have some security concerns regarding these tools. I don't know.
yes.
The only thing that could be some security concerns. I mean, people
I mean, if you don't have
might try to
someone
do.
to review the code, yes, it will be scary. I don't know.
Yeah, people might try to do things that can get weird. I don't know,
yeah, I'm
Uh,
sure there will be some
because
like
code can be
security
vulnerable.
considerations, but at the
Mm.
same time, I think these companies, they don't want to have issues, so they don't want anyone to like be able to add things to their code they generate. The same way they don't want to have anyone like interfere with the text output and whatnot. So I don't know. I guess there will be solutions for that. I don't see it as an issue at this point, at least, and especially for something as simple as like building a calculator or something like that.
it will create demand, definitely, because I mean, cybersecurity will grow even higher. It will be an issue. But yes,
Yeah,
um, let's move to the next one. So the next one is about actually us, Minuttia, and since we published not new, basically we updated an existing data study about software keywords, and as you can see, here are the results. You can find everything published on our website, and
I
as
can
you
go
can
through
see,
them.
here are Sure, sure.
if that's okay. Let me share my screen, entire screen. Okay. So we did this study, and we studied for this 1,485 software keywords, and we did a similar study for alternative keywords and one for comparison keywords. And software keywords, you know, they sit at the top of like SaaS keywords in terms of importance. And some of the highlights that we would like to discuss, of course, you can just visit our website, minuttia.com/software keyword study, with hyphens between the words. And so we have some highlights. For example, G2 is the most visible website across the SERPs, appearing in 6.26% of the total results. Reddit is the second most visible domain, which is interesting because, you know, not so interesting because Reddit has obviously risen. Its importance has increased, and its visibility in search. In fact, I was going to share this. I was preparing for Growth Waves Live, which comes next, and so I was going to share this startup rankings, which is not really startup rankings, but whatever, from gaps.com. You can find it at gaps.com/research. And so industry, if we are looking for best software, you can see that, so what they do basically is that they have, you know, some keywords for each category, for each industry, and they track the results, right? And so for best software keywords, according to gaps.com, Reddit comes first, right? And this is somewhat aligned with our results here. Back when we did the study, we don't obviously we don't update our data every. I think Gaps, they do it for last checked on March 20th. So today, next refresh on April 3rd, right? So they update their data often. And the point here is that, you know, we were used to, especially for best software keywords, we were used to like G2 and Capterra and App Reviews and all these software reviews websites. But now Reddit is part of the journey, and that's undisputable. Like, it happens, right? And people, companies need to take it into account and factor it in their strategies. Another one, 60% of software-related keywords do not display an AI overview feature. That might have changed because, according to a study by Kevin Indig, the increase in AI overviews, there has been an increase in AI overviews. I think it's this study. Again, I was going to share this for Growth Waves Live, and so maybe this has changed a bit, and also to add on that, it seems that, you know, AI overviews take away traffic from websites, right? At least for the time being. Then we have some other highlights like, and I have this at the bottom left corner, moving. So close to 80% of software keywords do not display a discussions and forums feature. The vast majority include a related questions section. And what else do we have? Yeah, I don't think the rest is enough to discuss right now. But yeah, I mean, that's the study, and now I want to do something similar, but but for AI search engines, right? I want to see how these, of course, we will turn the keywords into questions, prompts, but I want to see what, like, what are the results there, right? So stay tuned. We may do something in the next couple of months. So I guess we can move to the next. We can move on
Sure.
to the next
The
item.
next one is about Antonis again.
Okay.
And it's almost related with the topic that we discussed now. It's about the integration, let's say, or I don't know how LLMs affect the way we do SEO and the way we see SEO as it is now. I mean, Adonis wrote a post yesterday that I found interesting, and also the people found interesting as well. So here it is.
Thank you.
And I wanted to hear a few things about. I know that we have exhausted people about the discussion all the time about SEO and its future and what's going on. But I mean, it's something that most people are interested in. So let's discuss it. Adoni? Do
I
we
don't
lost
know.
Adonis again?
I-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I could talk for like hours on this topic, but what I mean here is that
You have a
we've
few
seen from
minutes.
yeah, okay. We've seen from studies and from our own experience as well that search engines still drive a tremendously greater amount of traffic to the websites compared with LLMs. The thing is that when you do very good SEO, you kind of also optimize for LLMs. And when I say LLMs, I mean when someone is using um, an AI recommendation engine or AI search engine, because LLMs with pre-training data will just recommend things that they got from the pre-training data. Anyway, I won't get too technical, but I mean all those things like mentions, no fluff content, content that's relevant to its passage, to its section. We see people discussing this, but these are just standard good SEO practices. Like, I don't know, were people like just writing fluff for word count before AI search? I don't know. That would be bad. But yeah, a huge part of, let's say, LLMO or I don't know, AI optimization, it's just SEO. There are things that can influence LLM outputs, but yeah, for the most part, it's not like LLMs compete with search. They just complement each other. It's part of the unified web anyway. Part of the searcher circle.
George, any thoughts?
I agree. I mean, I also wrote a post or a note on my newsletter. I think it was published this Tuesday, and I think what's happening is unlike anything I've seen before, like really trying to cancel a marketing channel, which is, like outrageous. So I guess that instead of marketers, being happy about the fact and excited about the fact that, whoa, like there is one more channel we can leverage now, which is LLMs and AI search engines. No, they tried to cancel SEO, and by SEO they mean Google search, which is not what SEO is. SEO is where people search, right? And they are happy, or they're trying to cancel SEO, like Google search, and part of that stems from the rise of LLMs. But do they really think that a website that was, because this I want to tie this to the fact that Google search has been really good to websites, at least up until recently. you were an average brand, average like domain, average, reputation, average everything, and you could somehow find your way into the top search results, which is not the same, which is not the case with like LLMs, right? So instead of being grateful for having one channel that may be declining, yeah, and there are hiccups and it's not reliable by no means, it's volatile, if anything, and okay, now let's see how we can leverage this new channel, which is fantastic. Like we have one more channel. Um, no, they want to cancel SEO first. And then when they realize that, you know what, like maybe we have less distribution control in these LLMs, and things are not quite as, we thought they were, I guess, then what, right? So I don't know. It's kind of a conundrum for me. I can't understand why it happens, and particularly from people in the industry, from people who like like who put food on their like family tables from SEO, and they attack SEO as if it's, man, just leave SEO like there, like leave it as a channel, as a distribution channel. Why should it cease to exist, right? So that you can serve your agenda or sell your tools or your content or whatnot. Um, so I can't understand all this like debate and whatnot. And I agree with Antonis. They are both parts of like the buyer journey, and like you have one more channel now, and that's great. Don't just cancel SEO, and like keep investing in it, but certainly diversify, because now you have more channels to invest in and like get visibility on, and like build your yeah.
I also want to say here that it's funny because everyone seems to have an opinion about SEO, even though there are people who never generated a single conversion or never ranked anything, or they don't even have access to Google Search Console. They kind of have an opinion on SEO. So I would say just when someone says something, it's important to see like who's that person that's talking. Like I can talk about nuclear physics. I don't know anything about nuclear physics. So just it's important to see who says what. Like
To add to that, if I could add to that, yesterday we had a quick chat with Antonis about that, and I was sharing a few. One of it was a webinar. Obviously, I'm not going to say which webinar, which was declaring like like how to do content marketing in a post SEO world. The other one was a piece of content declaring blog dead, the blog dead, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me just open a report for you for one of our clients who canceled, by the way. And I opened the report, and they canceled because apparently, like this thing is not working, and so like we should like possibly do other things and whatnot. And I'm like, we are looking at the report, and it works. Like it works, on a practical level. This is not perception or sentiment taking over. This is like what data say. But the problem is that perception and sentiment, at least for the time being, has taken over. The problem is that all these content pieces and all these posts designed to like hook people and promote a specific agenda, a tool, a service, and whatnot. They are all a means to an end. They are incentivized, and like
That's
as
what I
Charlie
wanted to
Munger
say.
said, like, show me the incentive and I will show you the outcome. The outcome here will be, the steady decline of SEO on a perception level, just because people think that, it doesn't work while it does. And no one said that you should invest just in that channel. You should invest in other channels as well, obviously. So yeah, I find it a bit troubling. Like it's, I can't really understand why it happens or justify it. But yeah, I don't know, like when something works and they just because they read a post or they attended a webinar or they saw these like you know doomsday LinkedIn posts about the end of search of Google search, by the way, and they just convince themselves that yeah, it's not working, like we have to stop investing in it. Man, just go look at your data. Don't see it like what people say on LinkedIn. Go check your data. Do you get like traffic? Do you get leads? From these leads, do you close revenue? Do you get customers? That's it.
That's it.
That's what you need. You don't need anyone to tell you that by 2028, you know, like search won't exist. Who who knows what will happen and how like drastically things will change by that time? Like really, who knows? So yeah, I don't know. I'm just rambling here. Sorry for the rant, but I just you know I can't understand like many of the decisions that are being made and yeah.
I mean, it's a good example, and also it's good to discuss these things because you see these things all day long when you are on LinkedIn. I mean, you see many people discussing about don't rely on paid search and paid advertising, but on the other side, that's the main service they are selling, and you say, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense, but okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone is
If someone
preaching what they thought.
if someone wants to not do SEO, they can just not do SEO, less competition. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I will say that one final thing, and I will just close this chapter if you guys want. As I say, please do background checks to what says something. Like I can talk for different topics, but if I'm not credible when it comes to those topics, then who am I? Anyway,
I mean, the bad thing is that many of these advices come from credible sources, but they have a specific agenda, as George said. That's the right word.
depends who you call credible and for what reason.
I mean, sometimes having a big followership is credible to people and show cases that
Yeah, I
this is
guess.
someone you should trust. But
I
okay,
guess.
yes, that's a big topic.
Yeah.
So, and the last thing is a shameless promotion. George will be in SerpConf. Basically next week, the coming Wednesday. Oh,
Wednesday
Tuesday.
I thought Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm flying. I'm
Coming
flying on
Tuesday.
Sofia. I'm flying to Sofia on Monday and coming back to Greece on Wednesday.
That's a few things, yes.
Yeah, staying there for 2 nights.
And
It's going to be
also
fun.
one more
I
thing.
created a presentation just for this event, and I think it's going to be fun. A very nice session, and I think the other
The presentation was amazing, by the way, because I've read it and it was great.
yeah, I mean there are many good nuggets in
insights
there. Yeah.
And also, if you want to grab a ticket, you have just a discount code from us. You can just type Minuttia 15 and you will get 15% off. And other than that, George is having his own recorded session in a few minutes. So if you want to take access to it, just visit Growth Waves, and you can even try it for a monthly, let's say, subscription to pick a few things from George's brain. And yes, pretty much this is it.
We have great content on Growthwaves, by the way, and we have great posts and tools and all that kind of stuff lined up. And like the live sessions are these live sessions are one of the things we offer to our pro members. But yeah, I mean, there's very good content coming up on Growthwaves. Yeah, really excited about what we are working on.
So this is it. Thank you all for watching us, and see you probably next week, and we'll see. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Okay, νομίζω είμαστε εντάξει.
We are good.